If you love him, keep his commandments. All 10. The modern world shouts love louder than ever. Love God, love others, love wins. But Jesus didn't say love was a feeling. He gave it a test. John 14:15. If you love me, keep my commandments, not 9 of them, not the ones that fit your lifestyle, all 10. So to every pastor who preaches grace without obedience, explain why your church teaches that commandment keeping is legalism when Jesus made it the proof of love. To every priest who reveres tradition over truth, why do you teach the 10 commandments to children but tell adults they no longer matter? To every imam who claims to honor Moses, how can you honor the prophet but ignore the commands? And to every skeptic and non-believer, if you reject the commandments, then what standard do you live by? Your feelings, your culture, your convenience? Love without obedience is a lie, and religion without all 10 commandments is rebellion dressed in robes. God didn't give us 9 commandments and a suggestion. He gave 10. Written by his own finger on stone, not sand, carved into permanence, sealed with divine authority. And yet the very one he told us to remember, the Sabbath, is the one most forgotten, ignored, rewritten, replaced. But who gave man the authority to delete a commandment from God? The 4th commandment says, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." It anchors the entire law. It declares God as creator. It carries his signature. It reveals his ownership of heaven and earth. And it is the very commandment the world tries hardest to erase. Yet Jesus said, "Till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law." Heaven and earth still stand. So does the law, including the Sabbath. Don't say you love Jesus if you reject his law. Don't sing hymns to him on Sunday while trampling on the day he sanctified. Don't talk about the cross if you ignore what put him there. Your sin, defined by the very law you claim, is abolished. 1 John 2:4 is blunt. He that saith, "I know him," and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. That's not harsh, it's holy, because love without truth is deception. And a church without commandments is a corpse with no heartbeat. God's love is not lawless. His grace is not permission to sin. Romans 6:1 shouts the answer, "Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid." Grace isn't a license, it's a lifeline, a divine power to walk in obedience, not a loophole to trample the law. The Bible is consistent. Revelation 22:14 says, "Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life." Not those who believe in grace, not those who attend church, those who do his commandments. And when God calls his end-time saints in Revelation 14:12, he defines them clearly. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. They don't choose between faith and obedience, they walk in both. So here's the brutal truth. If you say you love him, but you reject the Sabbath, you don't love him on his terms. You love a version of him shaped by tradition. You love a God molded by convenience. But Jesus said, "If you love me, keep my commandments." Not just when it's popular, not just when it fits your doctrine, not just when your denomination agrees. All 10. Because the law isn't bondage, it's a boundary of love. It protects, preserves, and proves who truly belongs to him. So the question isn't, do you worship? It's, do you obey? Because if you love him, you will keep his commandments. Not your version, not your pastor's version, not the world's version. His. And he wrote 10, not 9.